So,
Good.
okay, all right.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's start with 3 moon squats. So the feet, bring them to the outer edges of your mat. Toes traveling outward a little bit. Okay, and here we go. Inhale, your arms up. And now hinging at your hips, cross your forearms, make fists. Let your neck relax. Hang heavy. And again, inhale. Reach up. Maybe even looking back a little bit. And exhale. Hold forward again. Cross forearms, fists. Okay, and again. Reach up, up. And again, hinge hips, forearms, cross, fists. Okay? All right, that was big. No more. First one again. Okay, hinge at the hips. Finish here. Relax, hang heavy. And then just bring your hands down. Coming into a tabletop. And that's fingers spread wide, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. First, I like to just look over one heel, look over the other. And so now getting into our spines, waking them up, okay? So here we go. Start in a neutral. With inhale, drop your belly towards the ground, gaze up and tilt, healthy cow. Exhale, press into the earth, round your back, draw your belly button into your spine for cat. And again, making motion with your breath. Each time you accentuate this a little bit more, look up to your comfort of your neck. And exhale, cat, tuck your belly button in. One last time, inhale into cow. And exhale into your cat. Good, and release. You can shake it out a little bit. So the first pose that we'll be holding for some time is lightning bolt. And so props are always very useful as we set this up. So with this, I want the feet to be pretty close to each other. And the knees, draw them together, don't force it, but okay. And so from here, you might want to take 1 or 2 blocks first to sit down. Feet on the outer edges. You good there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you put your hands on your thighs and sit up a little straighter? Great, okay. So we'll be holding here. So there's 3 major concepts with science of stretching. The first is the idea of being a wet noodle, just relaxing as much as you can, the least amount of effort. I'll be progressing down a little bit further under my forearms. And in time, you can come all the way down. But it's only if you can, if you have block, you can't, we don't want you to lean back. So the next important thing to point out is that we can use nervous system hacks to calm, to relax further. And there's many different patterns, but one that we use is 4 inhalation through the nose and exhale through the mouth, making a ha for a count of 8. Okay? So here, let's do that. Close your eyes, relax your face. Inhale through your nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Open your mouth a little bit. Exhale, ha, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right, now slowly release out of that. Again, coming back to a tabletop. And get get the blood flow in the lower body. And so let's just first start with a kicking back, with one leg and the other. And then to engage the core a little bit, let's extend one leg, opposite arm. And lower. Other. And lower. Okay, so let's sneak in a little bit of a twist. So take your right arm up to the sky. And thread your needle. So right shoulder down. Maybe reaching behind your body for a wrap. And coming back to the breath. That's that. 4 inhalation, 8 exhalation. You can do this counting at your own speed. The last thing, the last magic ingredient is time. We hold poses for 2 to 5 minutes. Today we'll just be doing about 2. Okay, let's switch sides. Settling in, again, think about the wet noodle. Nice and calm. Okay, and let's release. Press on back up to an all fours. Shake it out a little bit. And now let's come into a downward facing dog. First, your standard dog. So your heels aren't quite reaching, so you can pedal out. An inverted V here with your fingers spread nice and wide. And let's make this a short dog now. So walk your feet forward a little bit. The feet are still hip width apart at this point. And this makes it more about the shoulder activation than getting into the back of the legs. Breath nice and steady. Shake your head out, yes, no, just release that tension. The shoulders are still nice and engaged. Four count inhalation, 8 count exhalation. Okay, so from here, I'd like you to take your feet to the outer edges of your mat, coming into a wide-legged dog. Again, come back to the breath. Your body will appreciate you if you take 15 minutes out each day to do some stretching. You can make great gains when you are committed. Just a little bit longer here. Even though this is an active resting pose, try to relax as much as we can. And now, let's make this a twisty dog. So take your left hand in a little bit to the center of your mat, and then taking your left ankle with your right hand, look underneath your armpit. And we'll hold it here. Okay, and let's switch. So now the right hand into center, left hand. Take your right ankle with your left hand underneath your armpit. I'm gonna stay here for about a minute. Feel the change. Almost there. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We made it. All right, so come back to your dog, and then just drop down to your knees. Okay, and now let's come on down to a belly down dead pose. So hands, just bring them down to your sides, cheek on one. And just relax here for a moment. Look the other way. Okay, bring your chin to your mat, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Use your hands to lift your chest. So coming into a prone on elbows. Ideally, elbows right underneath the shoulders, but you can have your hands out wider, elbows out wider, and you can also walk it out further. Now we'll just settle in here for a couple of minutes. This is a really lovely stretch for your hip flexors. Special sauce of time. Our softer tissues need a little extra time to change. Almost there. How you doing? Quiet. Nearly there. Okay, great. And so now walk your hands all the way forward. Dig your fingertips into your mat or the floor. And now use the strength of your arms to kind of create a traction. You're creating length in your spine. Okay, and release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press on up. You're on all fours. Bring your big toes to touch. Separate your knees to the outer edges of your mat. And let's settle the hips down onto heels. Child's pose. If you can bring your forehead down in the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Back to the breath.